This week on the Organized Life Podcast.
You want to create a homework station. This is a designated quiet area, a well-lit space where your child can focus on their homework, right? It's well stocked with the necessary supplies, pens, pencils, papers, chargers, scissors, all the things that they need to get their homework done, right? And you want to keep everything organized and labeled as much as possible. Hey, and welcome to episode 7 of the Organized Life Podcast, where we are creating a movement with powerful organizing strategies and systems that save you space, time, energy, and money. I am your host, Tequila Renee, the life organizing strategist and the owner of Xtreme Audacity Organized Solutions. And we are diving into another great conversation around organization. So over the past month or so, we've talked about some great things, and I want you to go back and check them out if you have not. And if you have, they're definitely there for a resource in the blog form or on our website, and we'll make sure you have access to that. But we've talked about how to get organized. We've talked about how to stay organized. We've talked about how to streamline your morning routines. We've also talked about how to train up your child, how to create the organized life to help shape their future. I gave you 5 practical ways to support them, okay? This week, we are talking about back to school. Protecting your peace this back to school year. Now listen, I'm out of that phase, thank God. However, I know the stress of it, and I really want to help you guys through this because I know how stressful it can be, but it's great. We are going to get through this together. And I know I've said this before. I'm giving you a lot of content, a lot of, strategies and systems. You may be putting some into place. You may be thinking about putting some of them into place. But listen, you want to remember whatever you are putting into place, you want to make sure that it's saving you in all 4 areas. Do you remember what the 4 areas are? Okay, they are space, time, energy, and money. If they're not saving you in all 4 areas, you want to revise that, okay? You want to revisit it. You want to tweak it, okay? So, with that being said, I do want to say that if you have any content that you would like discussed on this platform, or if you would love to be a guest here with me and get a complimentary coaching session live here on the platform, you send us an email at info@xtremeaudacity.com, and I'll make sure that email address is below for you. And we'll get that information out to you. We'll get the topic discussed and put into rotation. So just send us that email. All right, so let's dig into it. As the final days of summer are slipping away, how many of us, right, we're excited for the kids to go back to school. We're excited for them to get out of the house, but we're also yet overwhelmed by the thought of all the things that's to come, all the things that need to be done when heading back to school. There's a mad dash for school supplies, right? The chaotic reintroduction of the early bedtime or the early wake-ups that we have to attend to. The struggles to rebuild those systems, the lifestyle that we had before, or one that we want to create, right? The summer is here. The summer is leaving, and all the routines that we had in place before, they are long gone, right? So we are now probably struggling to get our kids back into a routine. You want to start early with the sleeping, okay? Getting them back to going to bed a little bit earlier every night, just so that it won't be so hard when school starts, right? So if just the thought of the morning brings back horrible images of the missing shoes, the forgotten backpacks, the scrambling to pack lunches, and all of those things, you're not alone. The back to school transition can be very stressful. It can be disorganized. And you can have a loss of peace, right? But it doesn't have to be that way. It's all, as I always say, it's a lifestyle, not magic. So this season presents the perfect opportunity for you to bring clarity, structure, and ease to your family's rhythm. So let's explore right now how we can create a home environment that supports your children's success while protecting your peace and productivity. Okay, so it's not just about them, but it's about how supporting them supports you. Okay, so the chaos of the back to school season, let's talk about it. So the reality for many families is that the school year, it really just sneaks up on us, right? Like an uninvited guest. One day you're at the pool, you're on vacation, and the next you're drowning in the school supply list. The uniform orders that need to be here, that need to be placed, right? Or the entire wardrobe that has to be repurchased because your kids can't fit anything they had on the year before. That was totally my story. Almost every year, my kids grew so fast. Once they hit middle school, it was like every year they were like in a different size. The shoes changed, they skipped sizes and all of these things. So, you may have to get a completely new wardrobe, right? You may be already getting these open house emails. The mental clutter is beginning to build up, making it harder for you to stay calm and present. It really is starting to affect you. If your household is feeling reactive instead of proactive, it might be time to evaluate the strategy and system that you have in place. So let's think about last school year. Ask yourself, did your mornings, were they stressful? Were they, the kids relying on you for every decision, every item, everything that had to be done? Was it common for paper, shoes, lunch boxes to take over the kitchen counter and the living room? Or maybe even get lost? I was talking to a client recently and she said her daughter had to wear some shoes that were too small to school because she couldn't find her shoes when it was time to leave out the door. Listen, if we have a place for it, then they'll know where it is, right? Or you losing precious time in the morning trying to find, what could or maybe even should have been prepared the night before. All of these things are signs and signals that it's time to get intentional about creating a strategy and a system that works for your family's unique needs, okay? A strategy and a system that saves you space, time, energy, and money. Okay. Back to school success starts with implementing a system and a strategy, a routine and tools that save you that space, time, energy, and money. Systems don't have to be rigid. Your strategy doesn't have to be rigid. They should just be consistent and flexible to your schedule and your lifestyle that provides you structure and brings you relief. Okay? A solid system should give back to you. It should not take away from you. They should create a predictable flow that empowers you and your children to move through the day, the daily task with less friction and more confidence and peace. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm giving you 7 key strategies. I didn't have enough fingers, sorry. 7 key strategies to set up your school year for success. Okay, so you know how we do here on the Organized Life Podcast. We talk about all of the things, and then I break down each one for you. Okay, so let's get into it. So number 1, the Back to School Family Command Center. I know we talked about Command Center the week before and probably the week before that, but a Command Center, let me tell you, it's life-changing, and we'll talk about it. Number 2, a functional drop zone. Number 3, we're going to implement an evening prep routine. Number 4, we're going to create a homework station. And number 5, we're going to take inventory. Number 6, we're going to be focused on alignment and functionality. And number 7, we're going to protect our schedule. Okay. Now, some of these may sound like repeat offenders. Okay. Yes, they are repeat offenders, and they will probably keep getting talked about because this is what creating the organized life is all about. It's about repeating and doing the same things repetitive, taking what you need and getting rid of what's not working. Right. So I believe in the things that I'm talking about. I have implemented them. They are tried and true. So let's get into it. You may have heard some of these things before. You may have heard it last week. You may have never heard it before, or you may have heard it before and you're thinking about it. And hopefully you'll get swayed to try some of these things out. Okay. So number 1, we're going to talk about creating that family command center. Now, I'm going to just talk about it as if you haven't heard it. This is your go-to hub for your family, school-related communication, activities, and schedules. It should be in a high traffic zone area where maybe the kitchen or the mudroom or the entryway, right? It just needs to be a designated space for calendars, right? For school events and extracurricular activities. It could be a chalkboard. It could be a magnet surface, right? It could be a dry erase board, right? It just needs to be a place where your important papers can go. It could have individual bins or folders for each child's homework, permission slips, and their weekly to-do list. It can house those hooks or cubbies for your coats and hats, keys, book bags, shoes, all the things that we are looking for in the morning, right? You can use color-coded things, visual labels to keep things simple and accessible. A command center eliminates missed events, forgotten forms, the repetitive, what's happening tomorrow? What do I have to do tomorrow? Right? Or the infamous, Mom, have you seen my, that question. Okay. As if you had the thing, right? Okay. So I'm going to link a blog below that I wrote about the Family Command Center. It's the ultimate guide for 2025, how to set up the Family Command Center. I'll go ahead and make sure I link that below. Okay. Number 2, we're going to set up a functional drop zone. So instead of your backpack, shoes, lunchboxes exploding all over the house after school, you just need to create a designated drop zone near the entryway. And this can be a part of your command center. That's what you want it to be. But if you don't want to set up a family command center, you just at least want to create a drop zone. Okay. It can have hooks. It can have cubbies. It can have, just a tray for your shoes, and your other miscellaneous items, right? It helps to streamline your afternoon and your mornings. Every child should have a place to hang their backpacks, right? Or to place their backpacks. It doesn't have to be hung. Everybody doesn't have the ability to hang, but they should be able to put their backpack somewhere, even if it's by the front door in a tote, right? Somewhere to put their shoes, coats, hats, and gloves. All of those, Mommy, have you seen my items? Okay. When your child comes home from school, they can head straight to that drop zone and drop off their items there right after they get home. Or, they can go do they can drop off their items. Then they go do their homework, complete their homework, put it in the backpack and put their backpack in the drop zone. Okay. I have seen this work for several of my clients. It works. Trust me. It's tried and true. Try the drop zone. Okay. Number 3, we're going to implement an evening routine. Now, I just talked about how to set up your mornings for success on the previous podcast, and it was all about starting the night before. So this is no different to help your kids have a successful school year, your evenings need to start the night before. Let me say that again. Your mornings. Listen, I'm getting all tongue tied. Your mornings start the night before, okay? Don't forget it. Mornings are smoother when they begin the night before. You want to lay out their clothes, prep their lunch, and review the next day's schedule, right? Just try to do it right after dinner or something like that. It really does shave off 20-30 minutes of chaos each morning. This practice not only shaves off time, but it reduces decision fatigue for both you and your child. Okay? If your child is old enough, empower them to participate in this evening routine. Use a checklist or visual clues to help guide them, right, towards independence. Right? It's not just about getting organized. It's about teaching your child responsibility, right? That will help them in the long run, over time, to be responsible for their time and their belongings. Number 4, you want to create a homework station. This is a designated quiet area, a well-lit space where your child can focus on their homework. Right? It's well stocked with the necessary supplies, pens, pencils, papers, chargers, scissors, all the things that they need to get their homework done. Right? And you want to keep everything organized and labeled as much as possible. You want to avoid using the kitchen table if it's also used as your food prep area or the family gathering space. Okay? So the place where the homework zone is, you want to make sure it's quiet and well lit, right? A designated station helps your child associate this space with learning and productivity. Number 5, you want to take inventory. This is a big one. Before you start shopping, okay, take inventory of what you already have. This is one reason we get tied up in clutter and chaos, is because we start shopping before we take inventory. I tell my clients all the time, shop at home first before you go to the store. Shop in your pantry first before you go to the grocery store. Okay, so this is no different. Are there any unused books, notebooks that we can use, unused pencils, right? Do the kids' shoes still fit? Listen, I already know. No, you got to buy new shoes. Is last year's backpack still in good condition? Okay, do they have, do their clothes still fit from the previous school year? You want to, if they have clothes from the previous school year, they can't fit, that's the one thing. But if they have some that you're not sure about, take some time and have them try the clothes on. It's worth it. I know it may be a little bit of a headache, but it's worth it in the end. Anything that they can't fit, you want to donate it or pass it down to a younger child. And if the younger child can't fit it, you want to pack it away in an organized fashion with labeled for your younger child, what size it is, okay? Because that helps you to know, okay, it's time to pull this tote out. This particular tote has this size in it, okay? So organizing before you shop, it prevents unnecessary purchase. And what does that do? It saves you space, time, energy, and money. Okay, sorry. All right, this helps your home from accumulating duplicates unnecessarily, right? Unnecessary clutter. The goal here is intentionality and preparation, not reactive buying. Okay, so you want to buy what you need, not what you think you need or may need. Okay, we only want to buy things and bring things in our home and our space that we actually need. Okay, number 6, it's all about alignment and functionality. Every family is different. Creating that Pinterest perfect organizing system, it may look pretty, right? But in many cases, it will fail to function in your real life. The key is designing a system that reflects your family's habits, not forcing your habits into a system that doesn't fit your family. Okay, let me say that again. Gotta make sure you get them. Say this for the people in the back. The key is designing a system that reflects your family's habits, not forcing your habits into a system that doesn't fit your family. It's all about alignment and functionality. Start small. Consistency beats complexity every time. If your kids respond better to visual checklists than verbal reminders, you want to print and maybe laminate them, right? So print the reminders, laminate the checklist, okay? If your mornings are too rushed for breakfast preparation, create maybe a self-serve bar that they can access on their own. Or maybe try making some of those breakfast sandwiches on the weekend and have them help you make those sandwiches and freeze them, refrigerate them. And then they're easy to heat up in the morning in the air fryer or the microwave, okay? If your calendar isn't working, right, you got to figure out how it can work for you. You want to try maybe syncing a shared calendar, a digital calendar where the whole family can have alerts. Our younger children, they have iPads now. You can put a calendar on there. It can have alerts. It can have alarms, all the things. Use it to your benefit, okay? You have to be willing to try new things. It doesn't have to be rigid. You have to be willing to keep the good and eliminate what's not working. Remember, your system should save you space, time, energy, and money. And if it's not doing that, we got to pivot. Okay. Finally, number 7, protect your schedule. Now, one of the easiest ways to stay organized during the school year is by setting boundaries. Okay. That includes what goes on your calendar. You don't need to sign your child up for every single activity. You don't have to join every committee or say yes to every invite. Now, Lord, I struggle with this so bad. I did way too much. And by the time I learned this, it was way too late. My kids were way too old and they were about driving themselves at this point. And I was like, oh yeah, I ain't going to that. Oh, I ain't doing that. But it was like, my kids were way older. So if your kids are younger, just remember these things. You don't have to sign them up for everything. You don't have to do everything. Be realistic about what your family can handle, what brings peace, right? And leave room for the unknown in your schedule. Because when you clutter it up and put too many things on there, when something happens, it's like scatter, right? It's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I got to do this. I got to do that. So leave room for the unknown, right? This season isn't about perfection. It's about preparation and purpose. Okay. So those are your 7 key strategies to setting up your school year for success. All right. So remember, creating that family command center, the functional drop zone, implementing an evening routine, the homework station, taking inventory, alignment and functionality, and protecting your schedule. Okay. So you want to create an organized life that you deserve. The school year doesn't have to start with chaos, right? With just a few thoughtful changes, you can reclaim your mornings, reduce stress, and support your child's success. Organization is about more than just the neat shelves and the color-coded bins. It's about designing a life that aligns with your values, your vision for your family, and your life, okay? The way you live, work, and play, okay? Back to school is the perfect time to realign your home's strategies and systems, to reinforce those routines, to reclaim your peace and your space, okay? So let this school year be the year that you say goodbye to the clutter, confusion, and chaos, and say hello to confidence and clarity, right? Say hello to calm, okay? So listen, that's all that I have for you in this particular podcast, but you want to stay tuned because I have more to give. There's more to come. Go back and check out some of the ones. If you haven't already, go back and check them out. There's so much great content. And remember, if there's a topic you'd like for me to discuss, it may already be in the pipeline, but you never know. We can get it into rotation. Or if you'd love to get a complimentary live coaching session, I'd love to chat with you here. I promise not to embarrass you. We're going to have fun. I make people comfortable in their own mess. It's one of my superpowers. Okay. It's what I do. Right. So we will definitely get you added into the rotation if you want to be one of our guests on here. All right. Don't forget to follow, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share with the family or a friend that you don't know what they need or if they need it. If it touched you, definitely share it with somebody else, okay? And remember, it's a lifestyle, not magic. Ciao.